Guys, let me ask you something. If When does life start? Is it at conception? Is it at what some people claim the heartbeat? Whichever one, it doesn't matter. I'm just asking that question because of the fact that I've watched a lot of videos where people claim they died in a hospital. Maybe under surgery. They had to go in for surgeries, and they supposedly died during the surgery or whatever, or died like this football player just the other day on the Bills. I've heard a news station say he died on the field, and they resuscitated him with a defibrillator, got his heart going again. And then once he got to the hospital, he died again, and they had to bring him back again. So is that when death occurs in the body? Is when the heart stops? I'm asking this seriously, folks, uh, because that's what some people claim. I don't know. Uh, I I always thought in my life, you die once. You die once. This body dies once, not many times. That's what I was always told. But there are people that claim they died and maybe went to heaven and saw Jesus, or spoke to God or whatever. Or some people claim they died and went to hell, and then somehow they come back. How does that happen? I'm asking. I'm asking. Uh, and when they come back, they make all kinds of claims. Like I said, that some of them claim they talk to Jesus. I'm not just adults, people, even kids. Even kids have come back claiming that they had talked to God or Jesus or something. And other people, even I think the guy that wrote the Bible of Satan, or what, the Satan Bible, or whatever that is, whoever that guy was, I've heard the claim that he died under some kind of surgery or something. And then when he came back, he was telling everybody he was wrong. He was dead wrong, that he saw hell. He knows it exists. And so, what is dead? What is alive? When does life start? When does it end? I'm seriously asking. If Because I know I got a lot of people that follow me that have a lot of different backgrounds. And I've asked this question before, and I've gotten a couple of different answers. Like I said, most people claim conception is when life starts. And those who don't believe in God claim heartbeat, I guess, is when life starts. So if it starts at the heartbeat, does life end at the heartbeat? I'm seriously asking, folks, because, and I'm going to. The reason why I am is because uh, if that's the case, if the heart stopping is no longer beating, it means you're dead, and it certainly does if they don't bring you back. That's for sure. It certainly does if your heart stops and something doesn't interfere to bring it back. You are dead. There is no doubt about that. I agree with that 100%. But I have a heart problem that I was born with, folks. It's called Wolff Parkinson's White syndrome. If you have any of you are even curious of what it is, but my heart will race up. It has extra valves, they call them, that open up in it, and it tells the heart that it's not getting enough oxygen. So the heart itself will speed up, trying to get the body, the lungs, to breathe in more oxygen for the heart. And my heart has always done this, folks, for ever since I was born. It's always done this. When I was in between about or under the age of 20, or no, it was under the age of 25, they told me I was hyperventilating, told me to breathe into a paper bag. That shit didn't work. But that was before they knew really what it was. But, like I said, it's called WPW, or Wolff Parkinson's White syndrome. But with this problem, folks, I most of the time I was always able to control it by taking deep breaths, just tightening up my chest and my body real hard. When I took a deep breath, I could get my heart to slow down. Well, when I got around 38, was about 38 years old, 39 years old, was the first time I couldn't control it. And I ended up that day, I ended up going to the hospital. It was after 4 years of going, or 4 hours of my heart rate at or around 256 beats per minute. And my heart was doing that for over 4 hours. So I finally tell my wife or my son to call the ambulance, get 911 over there with an ambulance. And I'm going to the hospital. It was a Father's Day even, folks. And I just got off work, and I worked out for a couple hours at home with my weight bench. And so I told my son to call him. And so he did. I ended up going to the hospital, but by the time, before they hit me with the defibrillators, that's how they have to get it back under control, because they told me if your heart continues to beat at this rate, it's going to just stop. 256 beats. You've already been going on for 4 hours. It's like you're running this massive foot race, and you're running full speed, and your heart ain't going to handle that forever. So they told me they were going to have to hit me with a defibrillator, stop my heart, and then restart it. So I'm saying, all right, so people are moving all around me in this emergency room, and nurses and doctors, and they even had my mom and dad in there when they first started getting everything ready to do it. And my wife was in there too. So I'm sitting there, a room full of people running around me, and I got a monitor up above me going beep, 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 256 beats per minute, man. And it's even got a paper tape that was hanging out of the machine that was had it printed out on paper, my heart rate. And everybody's getting ready, man. They just know, they don't know they don't know what's going to happen. They're just going to try it and see what happens, But I'm sitting there and I'm getting worried, so I start doing my thing, taking deep breaths and squeezing my chest, tightening up, and finally I get it to stop myself. This is the first time I ever went to the hospital for it. And I'm going, hey, everybody, and it stopped. And nobody, no doctor, no nurse, nobody's listening to me. They're all talking back and forth, do this, do that, do this, getting shit ready, And I said, hey, everybody, it stopped. And nobody's listening. And even the monitor above my head's going, beep, 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 beep. And I'm going, hey, everybody, it stopped already. And they're still running around. Nobody's listening to me. Finally I go, hey, and I raised my voice up, and everybody stopped and looked at me. And I go, it stopped. And I'm pointing up at the monitor. It's a printout and everything, folks. And it's going beep, 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 beep. It was going beep, 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 beep a minute ago. And they're all standing there looking at the monitor and shit going, oh, it did. The head nurse in there, she walks over to the monitor and she rips the printout on it from one point and takes it way down and rips that point out. I go, what are you going to do with that? She goes, I've been working in this, in the medical field for a long time, and in the emergency rooms, and I ain't never seen nothing like that. I'm keeping that printout of that. And I said, I kind of snickered. Well, the last time I went in with this heart problem, and it was up racing like that. Been going on for a while. It was a little over 10 years ago. And I was at work, matter of fact, and I had to have them dry ice. We were using dry ice on something, and I was inhaling that dry ice stuff, and it just, the fumes or whatever coming off that dry ice just threw me into a heart attack. And I ended up in Indianapolis in the hospital downtown Indianapolis. This was actually the last surgery I went through. They'd already done it to me once before, and it took them about 5 seconds to do it. They hit me once, stopped my heart, hit me right away again, and restarted my heart. That was the second time I went into the hospital over it. It happened real quick. And this time they put me under. And they said, look, we're going to put you under. You're going to be under about an hour. We're going to do it. Boom, boom. It's going to be over. And you'll wake up and everything should be all right. I said, all right, let's do it. Hit me with it. Let's go. Because I was tired of my heart. It hurts, folks, to be at that rate. And so they put me under. And here I come waking up, and their nurses running around, and they're looking at me, and the doctor comes. They go, hold on a minute. And they went and ran and got the doctor, and the doctor comes in the room. He's going, Mr. Grooms? And I said, yeah. He goes, did you feel anything? Did you know what was going on to you or anything like that? And I'm going, no, I didn't feel nothing. Why? You're going, Mr. Grooms, we gave you enough to knock you out for over an hour. It's been less than 15 minutes. And you're already awake? Are you sure you didn't feel nothing? I said, I didn't feel nothing, but I didn't feel nothing. I didn't know what happened. And they were like, well, that's good then. But they thought I should have been asleep for another 45 minutes before I came out of it. And I was waking up within 15 minutes. The third time, folks, my wife is in the emergency room with me. I believe my daughter was up there too at the same time. My son, he might have still been in the Marines. But they're telling, everybody, we're going to have to get you out of here. We're going to get everybody out of out of that room. Because when they, at this hospital, they didn't want anybody, well, they didn't let anybody else be in the other room either. But nobody else could be in the room but the doctors, nurses. And this was an emergency room. They had a open heart surgical team on standby. And so they went ahead and they removed my wife and my daughter out of the room and stuff, and maybe even my parents, I don't know. They put me under. They hit me with a defibrillator, stopped my heart. They hit me with it again. Did not start. They hit me with it again, didn't start. They hit me with it again, didn't start. By this time, they're flashing, or they started announcing in the emergency room there. I can't remember if it was code blue or code red. Telling the open heart surgical team to be ready to go, emergency open heart surgery, and try to save me. My wife hears this and my daughter and whoever else was out there hears this code, whatever, blue or red, I can't remember the color, going off, and they know it's me. And so they're getting me ready. If they can't get me, they're also getting me ready for surgery if they can't get this to happen. Well, so evidently somebody wasn't paying attention to the grease or whatever. But the last time, I don't know how many times they hit me. I don't know how long I was out, folks. But the last time they hit me, my heart restarted. And when I woke up, folks, I had a burn mark here and I had one over here on my side from where they were hitting me with that pad, that defibrillator. And most people say, well, they're using the grease right and everything. You should have never had no burn. Well, I don't care what that excuse is. All I'm saying is when I woke up, I had a burn mark on my chest and on my side from where they were. They may have, maybe whoever was doing it panicked. Wasn't thinking grease, just thinking hit him again, hit him again, hit him again. You know, I mean, that's what would be going through my mind would be hit him again. That one didn't work, hit him again. You know, but that happened to me. So was I dead? I've never told anybody I was. I've never even uttered that word that I've ever died or I've come close. There's many times I tell you I've come close to dying, and those were probably close. But some people call that dying. Is that dying? I don't know. I didn't go to heaven or hell. I don't remember what was going on because I was under. They had me drugged out. And if anybody else is going through a surgery or something like that, they're going to have them drugged out too. So it's like, I don't know what to think of that stuff, folks. That's why I'm actually talking about it. See if maybe somebody can throw something at me, make me understand. But I'm never going to tell anybody I've died and come back. I'm not going to do that. I ain't never done that, and I'm not going to start that now. But if the heart starting is life, and the heartbeat stopping is death, then I have, according to that logic, I have died twice. So, guys, God loves you. I love you. Jesus loves you. Seek Jesus' path. You can listen to this old man, but seek Jesus' path. He'll show you the truth. He's the way to the truth. Till next one, guys.